As if The Last of Us wasn't already a masterpiece, Naughty Dog decided to give their new IP a multiplayer, which turned out to be actually quite amazing, as it involves scavenging, tactical thinking, crafting, and the necessity to keep an eye on your ammo, which basically is taking the essence of The Last of Us survival element into the multiplayer. With the approach of The Last of Us 2, I would like to suggest 5 new features I would like to see come to its multiplayer. I know the saying, if it isn't broke, don't fix it, but there is always room for improvement. So let's get started with number 1. Even though this feature is a bit out there, I would like to see a character creator for The Last of Us 2's multiplayer. I mean, in the first game we would be given a random character preset in every game we entered, which was okay, but it did get a little bland seeing the same characters all the time. So what I'm suggesting here is a multiplayer character creator that would allow us to craft our character's face and hair in detail, while the body creator will be a preset of different various body types. I mean, I don't know much about developing a game, but a feature like this would be really amazing, especially with designing a face with Naughty Dog's Last of Us 2 engine. Now that would be an epic experience, and it would help add a personal touch to our multiplayer immersion. Moving swiftly on, I would like to see various amounts of new outfits that we can equip our characters with, that can be bought by earning parts from winning matches. I know in the first game there were certain hats, masks and pieces of clothing that we could unlock, but I would like this to be taken to a whole new level, and for Naughty Dog to create top to bottom outfits which would also allow us to wear individual clothing pieces. For instance, say we were wearing an outfit with no hat, but we did have a cool hat unlocked, we will be able to equip that hat with the new outfit. Something similar to the system in Fortnite, but obviously outfits and gear suiting the Last of Us universe that can be obtained by using the in-game parts. Which brings me to the next feature on the list, which is the multiplayer survivor camp minigame on the main menu that helps us build our clan. Now, in order for our clans to grow, we have to bring in a good amount of parts to maintain and increase the population. And obviously this is done by winning games with the most amount of parts and by completing multiplayer objectives, which help our clans grow if successful. This is why my outfit system in the previous feature would be important, because if you spend your parts on new outfits and cosmetic items, you will be taking them away from your clan and may cause their numbers to dwindle if you can't provide an efficient amount of parts. But the new feature I want to be implemented into clans is a storyboard that will give us a little background information into the survivors of our clans when reaching certain milestones, or when failing to maintain your clan's numbers. In the first game, Naughty Dog done this by using the name of your Facebook friends, which is pretty cool as they did tell you things like Kevin is ill or Lisa has died, and these were people you actually knew because they were taken from your Facebook friend list. So with pieces of art and text, I believe this could be used to help take it to the next level, with the player taking more of an interest with the storyboard moments being like Mortal Kombat when you would unlock a character's ending. Clickers are a big part of The Last of Us's universe, as they are one of the ultimate enemy types among the infected, which is why they should be brought to multiplayer. During a game there should be an opportunity to obtain a skill that will allow a team to release a clicker on the enemy team. Whether this is obtained through a kill streak or having it being able to be bought with a very high amount of parts, just like how you could buy armor and weapons mid-match in the first game's multiplayer, it would get quite intense, as not only do you have to worry about the enemy team, but now there is a clicker on the loose which would be an instant death if it gets to you. On the same point, I know The Last of Us is not Call of Duty, but an infected mode similar to Call of Duty Zombies would be pretty dope too, since The Last of Us do have their own various types of infected enemies, and working as a team to take them out surviving waves would get real interesting, as you run out of parts or ammo if your accuracy isn't on point. Last but not least, in the first game's multiplayer you would have a choice of a faction to side with over a period of weeks, which was either the Fireflies or the Hunters. I would like this to go more in depth in The Last of Us 2's multiplayer, by maybe bumping up the factions up to 4 and giving them each a unique perk that you can only obtain by being a part of that particular faction, and can't obtain with any other faction. For instance, if you join the Fireflies, you will find more ammo when opening multiplayer crates, since Fireflies are usually well equipped, compared to Hunters that may have a perk that will give you an extra shiv use for any shiv you craft, since they are used to making the most of what they have. It's little things like this that can push you in the direction to favour a certain faction over another, giving each of them a certain amount of value. So, This E3 we will be seeing more of The Last of Us 2, and hopefully we will get our first look at some gameplay as well as some of the new multiplayer, with these being 5 new features I would personally like to see integrated into its system. I don't know about you guys, but The Last of Us really is one of the best video games of all time, and I personally prefer it over Uncharted. So I really am quite psyched to see what E3 2018 brings to the table. Other than that, thank you guys for watching. Do feel free to like, subscribe and hit the notification bell for future videos, because as much as I love talking about video games, it's nothing without a community of like-minded people to connect with. And on that note, take care, and I shall catch you guys in the next one.
Of the shadow of death, and I fear no evil, because I'm blind to it all. In my mind, my gun, they comfort me.